Call the council meeting to order tonight. Tonight will be led in the invocation by Councilmember Gerald Benninga. After the invocation, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, in the year of 2007, this being a new beginning, we pray for the hope, compassion, and understanding of people, and that we all have responsibilities to ourselves and also to the brothers and sisters of this community. We also pray today for the family of President Ford, for the gifts that he's given us in his life and his patriotism and his commitment and dedication and the grace in which he served. We also ask for complete recovery for Senator Tim Johnson, and please give him strength in his recovery and his rehab. In all things we ask of you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Gerald. And move on. Is there additions, deletion, or motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Jamison.
Jamison moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Costello seconded. Further comments? See no further comments. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Jamison,
Yes.
Kavanaugh, Knutson, Litz,
Yes.
Staggers, Benninga,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
That motion is passed. 5 yes, 3 excused. Let's move. Is there any addition, deletion, or motion to approve the regular agenda?
So moved. Brown.
Brown moves. Is there a second?
Second, Benninga.
Benninga seconded. Further comments on the regular agenda? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of that motion to approve, will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Jamison,
Yes.
Litz,
Yes.
Benninga,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
All members present have voted. The regular agenda has been approved. 5 yes, 3 excused. This is a time that we set aside 5 minutes for anyone that wishes to address the council at the public input time. So if anybody wishes to address the council for 5 minutes, please come forward and then give your name and address, and we'll take your input. I see no one that's coming forward, so we'll move into the regular agenda. Item number 11.
Lori Bossman with the City Finance Office. I have items 11 and 12. Item 11 is renewal of the 2007 retail liquor license for Pinnacle Hospitality, Inc. for 601 Erota to be operated at 601 West 33rd Street, including Sunday sales. Also, we would need to add pending final inspection per fire, health, and building services. And item 12 has been withdrawn by the applicant. I'd be happy to answer questions on item 11.
Are there questions of Lori on item 11? Others who wish to address the council on item 11? Council discussion or action on item 11?
Move for approval, Benninga.
Benninga moves. Is there a second?
Second. Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments on the motion to approve item 11? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor of approving item 11 will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Council members Jamison,
Yes.
Litz,
Yes.
Benninga,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Costello.
Yes.
All members present voted 5 yes, 3 excused. Item 11 has been approved. Item 13.
Item 13 is a second reading and ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, providing supplemental appropriations for the Opportune Land Acquisition Project.
Mike Cooper, Planning and Building Services. This ordinance would appropriate additional funding for the purchase of just over 1 acre of land in the downtown area for future city use. And what we would like to do tonight is request a deferral of this item to the January 16th City Council meeting. And we would like to continue to look at this property and meet with City Council members and talk about future use of the property and provide additional information on the downtown parking situation.
So you'd like to motion to
We'd like to
defer
defer this
until
to
January 16th? Is there?
Move to defer.
Let's moved. Is there a second?
Second. Costello.
Costello seconded. So the motion is Been made and seconded to defer item 13 until January 16th. All in favor of that motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
That motion has been approved, 5 yes, 3 excused. Item 13 has been deferred. Item 14.
Item 14 is a second reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, amending the revised ordinances for signage. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
Good evening. Jeff Schmidt, representing planning staff. We put together a study group about 6 months ago to start looking at the sign code ordinance. The entire ordinance is currently being reviewed and updated. One of the items that we started to look at are electronic message signs throughout the city. Currently, in the ordinance, we do not have a specific definition for electronic message sign. The ordinances you see in front of you now define what an electronic message sign is, and it also defines the types of signage that have the types of movement on an electronic message sign, what animation is, what blinking and flashing is, what illuminated is, what fading and dissolving are, what scrolling and traveling is. So again, when you have an electronic message sign, now we know what the types of movement is. Then it goes into the following summaries where if you have an electronic message sign, they're still grandfathered, they're still allowed. It's just in regards to if you go out there, sudden movement is not allowed, gradual movement is allowed. Just again, trying to clarify to the public as well as the operatives what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. Continuing to try to clarify an ordinance as the technology has changed, we've tried to keep up with the technology. We had industry representatives on this committee. They're also here this evening, but they were support of this ordinance, and Planning Commission was in support.
Thank you, Jeff. Questions of Jeff on item number 14. Others that wish to address the council on item number 14? Council discussion or action?
Move for approval. Jamison.
Jamison moved. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, motion been made and seconded to approve item 14. All in favor of that motion, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present and voted. Item 14 has been approved, 5 yes, 3 excused. Item 15.
Item 15 is a second reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, amending the revised ordinances of the city by setting forth the procedures for issuance of conditional use permits for alcoholic beverage establishments. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This is an amendment to the city.
Oh, just excuse me.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
We can't do it. We can't do it.
we're going to have to defer that one because we don't have a quorum in that one. So
Request a deferral to the January 16th meeting.
Move for deferring to January 16th.
Second.
Jamison,
Second, Brown.
Brown seconded. Okay. All in favor of the motion to defer to January 16th will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Will it be deferred if we don't have a quorum to vote on the
Yeah,
deferral?
I think you can do it. Quorum, you can. Just need 4 on that one. Defer.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
4 votes to defer, so we're okay with that. 4 people excused. So, okay, let's move to 16.
Item 16 is a second reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, amending off-premise sign regulations. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
Thank you, council members, for being here this evening. I know I appreciate it. The second item is also in regards to sign regulations. Now that we have a definition for what electronic message signs are, for off-premise signs, electronic message signs are permitted. Again, they were prohibited in the past because we did not allow it to flash or blink. So now we've clarified that blinking and flashing lights are prohibited, but gradual movements are allowed.
Questions of Jeff on item number 16? Others that wish to address the council on item number 16? Let's move to council discussion or action.
Move for approval, Benega.
Benega moves. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of the motion to approve item 16, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
All members present voted 5 yes, 3 excused. Item 16 been approved. Item 17.
Item 17 is a second reading rezone, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at the northeast corner, 69th Street and Cliff Avenue, and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This property is approximately 18 acres in size, and it is in the northeast corner of Cliff and 69th Street. The request for the zoning is to divide this property into around 15 acres of future commercial development, and then the balance of that would be proposed for future office development. The office is located in the northwest corner adjacent to existing residential, and then on the east side of the property adjacent to city parkland. And this is in conformance with a land use amendment that has previously been approved by the City Council. The recommendation is to approve the rezoning.
Questions of Mike on item number 17? Bob?
Mike, there is more residential to the north of this property than just that on Cliff Avenue, is that
Yes.
correct? And there's been no objection from the neighbors?
No, we had neighborhood meetings, or the applicant did, and the only concern was that corner area. Actually, it was from the property owners on the west side of Cliff Avenue more than on the north side.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions of Mike on item number 17? Okay. Others wish to address the council on item 17? If not, is there council discussion or action?
Move to approve Litz.
Let's move. Is there a second?
Second, Jameson.
Jameson, second. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of approving item 17, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
We got Staggers here. Staggers,
Yeah,
yes.
but he wasn't in here during the discussion, so his vote, he can't vote.
I thought he's on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, 6 yes and 2 excused. Item 17. Item 18.
Item 18 is a second reading rezone, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at the southwest corner of East 57th Street and Greystone Avenue to allow residential development and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This property is approximately 190 acres in size, and this also obviously was recently annexed into the city and has gone through a land use amendment approval. The applicant is proposing to divide this property into approximately 60 acres for future multifamily, RA1 residential. Approximately 13 acres would be a combination of multifamily and office. Approximately 76 acres would be for single-family residential, and approximately 40 acres would be for twin homes or up to 4-unit buildings as a buffer use between the single-family and the multifamily uses. And the recommendation by the Planning Commission is to approve this request.
Questions of Mike on item number 18? Others wish, okay, Joe.
Mike, what's the phased time frame on the implementation of this plan? It's talking about the rezoning is going to be, or the process is going to take some years to do?
Yes, this is going to be a phased development project. It's my understanding that they're probably going to start towards the east side around that water feature and then work to the west.
And the city's program to get all the infrastructure completed is about what time frame?
Typically, when there's a development like this, our commitment is that when the developer needs the utilities, our commitment is within a 2-year time frame on this particular area.
Thank you.
Other questions of Mike on item number 18? Others that wish to address the council on item number 18?
And I'll also mention that item 31 on the agenda is also related to this item.
Okay, it'll be noted. If not, is there council discussion or action on item number 18?
Move for approval, Benega.
Benega moves. Is there a second?
Second Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments? Motion been made and seconded. All in favor of that motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
All members present have voted. Item 18 has been approved. 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 19.
Item 19 is the second reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a major amendment to Chapter 15.45.070 planned development districts at East 57th Street and Greystone Drive, allowing changes in land use as reflected in the revised sub-area regulations and amending the official zoning map for the city of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This is a continuation of the previous item. To the east, it's approximately 95 acres. And this is a proposal to rezone this into a planned development zoning district, which provides a little more flexibility from the conventional zoning for the developer, also provides for additional review process. And the developer has requested that this be zoned into two different sub-areas. Sub-area A would allow multifamily and office uses around a private lake. And sub-area B would provide for multifamily uses with a limit of 6 dwelling units per structure. And this has also been recommended approval by the Planning Commission. And we also are working with a developer to get the utilities and other infrastructure in place for this particular phase,
Questions of Mike on item 19?
as well as future drainage improvements will be included in this area.
Questions of Mike? Bob?
When is that section 57 scheduled to be done, Mike?
We deferred that till 2008.
Okay.
Further questions? Bob Litz?
Oh, Mike, is a lot of this sub-area A, is that in cattails right now?
Yes, a lot of it is wetland area that will eventually be improved into a drainage area with a private lake that will be an amenity to the development. And that's an idea that came to us from the developer, which we're happy about.
So that would accomplish the mitigation.
Yes, yes.
Other questions? Others who wish to address the council on item 19? Now, is there council discussion or action on item 19?
Move for approval, Benninger.
Benninger moves. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Litz seconded. Further comments on the motion to approve? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of that motion approved, will vote yes. Those opposed will no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present voted, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 19 has been approved. Item 20.
Item 20 is an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a major amendment to Chapter 15.45.070, Aspen Hills Planned Development Districts at East Madison Street and North Tahoe Avenue, allowing changes in land use as reflected in the revised sub-area regulations for construction of a single-family residence. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
The purpose of this amendment would be to remove a limitation on access to Madison Street, which was actually put in place many years ago when the original property owner came in with a development plan. The property has been transferred. The current owner is requesting approval to construct a single-family home with an access off Madison Street. At the Planning Commission meeting, we were made aware that there was a potential agreement between the applicant and the Townhome Association directly to the east, and the recommendation was to approve this. And I've just been made aware tonight that the two parties are still working out some final details of the agreement. So we would like to defer this to the January 16th City Council meeting.
Move to defer to January 16th.
Okay, Jameson, is there a second?
Second, Benninger.
Benninger, second. Motion has been made and seconded to defer item 20 to January 16th. All in favor of that motion will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 20 has been deferred until January 16th. Item 21.
Item 21 is a second reading rezone, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at Marion Road and West 60th Street North and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This property is approximately 38 acres that's owned by the Sioux Falls Development Foundation. They're proposing to make this available for future commercial development in conjunction with the other development along Marion Road and the future interchange with Interstate 90. This is in conformance with our land use plan, and the recommendation is to approve the rezoning.
Questions of Mike on item number 21? Others that wish to address the council on item 21? Council discussion or action?
Move to approve, Brown.
Brown moves. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of approving item 21 will vote yes. Those opposed will vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
Item 21 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 22.
Item 22 is a second reading rezone and ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at 3600 and 3604 South Marion Road and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This is a small parcel of less than 1 acre, and the applicant is proposing to change the zoning to allow the removal of the residences and the construction of a medical clinic on this property.
Questions of Mike on item 22? Others that wish to address the council on item number 22? Council discussion or action?
Move to approve, Litz.
Litz, is there a second?
Second, Brown.
Brown seconds. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of approving item 22, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 22 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 23.
Item 23 is a second reading rezone, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at West 26th Street and Katy Avenue to allow a church campus and single-family residential development and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This property is just over 20 acres, and it's proposed to be developed into a church and single-family residential lots. And this item will also be coming up as item number 32 for the subdivision plan. The recommendation is to approve this rezoning.
Questions of Mike on item number 23? Others who wish to address council on item 23? Council discussion or action?
Move for approval, Jamison.
James moves, a second.
Second, Benninger.
Benega seconds. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of approving item 23 will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 23 has been approved, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 24.
Item 24 is a second reading rezone, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at 60th Street North and North Kiwanis Avenue to accommodate other land use transitions and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends approval.
This is approximately 27 acres of land out by the Flying J truck stop and just south of an existing rural residential development that's currently outside the city limits. This property was previously zoned years ago when the Flying J truck stop was allowed to develop. At that time, the zoning was proposed to be a berm with a row of single-family homes to buffer the rural residential from the future commercial development. There's been a proposed change in the ownership, and the applicant is now requesting a change to the previous zoning that would provide a different type of buffer use of more of an office and townhome development. And the applicant was involved in a number of meetings with the property owners to the north to work out the issues of how this would be developed. And what's being presented to you tonight is a compromise between the developer and the homeowners for 2 sub-areas. The first sub-area A, which would be directly south of the existing rural residential, would have uses limited to medical office, personal service, assisted living, daycare, townhome dwellings with a maximum of 4 units per structure, and also allowing multifamily dwellings above the first floor. And then to the south of that would be a second sub-area B, which would allow limited commercial development, including personal services, office retail trade, retail outlet center, hotel, motel, schools. And again, these 2 sub-areas have been worked out in conjunction with the neighbors to the north and the current applicant. The recommendation by the Planning Commission is to approve this change in the zoning.
Questions of Mike on item number 24?
Yeah, Mike, the people that are living north there in Skyline Heights, they're not part of Sioux Falls, is that right?
They are currently not in the city limits, that's correct.
So I guess I would say that, I guess we're being very nice, taking into account their concerns when they're not even part of Sioux Falls.
And we've got a pretty long history with that neighborhood because of the Flying J truck stop, and we've had a number of meetings with them over the years about potential annexation. So we've we've developed kind of a good working relationship with that neighborhood.
Further questions on item 24? Others that wish to address the council on item number 24? We'll move to council discussion or action.
Move for approval.
Costello moved. Is there a second?
Second, Jamison.
Jamison seconded. Further comments on the motion to approve? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of that motion to approve will vote yes. Those opposed will vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz? Staggers? Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present voted 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 24 has been approved. Item 25.
Item 25 is the second reading and ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a major amendment to Chapter 15.45.070, Plan Development Districts at East 6th Street and North Sycamore Avenue, allowing changes in land use as reflected in the revised sub-area regulations for revised site development plans and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls. The Planning Commission recommends denial.
This is located in the southeast corner of East 6th Street and Sycamore Avenue. The property is about 4 acres in size. The applicant came to the Planning Commission with a request to change the previous zoning by allowing the addition of a restaurant in conjunction with retired housing, future retirement housing that would be developed in this area. There was concerns about the mix of uses, and the Planning Commission did recommend denial. Since that time, staff has been working with the applicant on a revised proposal that would eliminate the restaurant and expand the office and elderly housing on this site. And what we'd like to do is request the council tonight to refer this amendment back to the Planning Commission, who will be meeting tomorrow night, and then we can move forward from that. That way the Planning Commission will have a chance to review the proposed amendment that has been put together by the staff and the applicant. So we're asking for a referral.
Move to refer this back to the Planning Commission.
Second,
their
Costello.
Okay, we got a
January
motion
3rd.
and made and seconded. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, I had a question. Could you explain why the planning commission is so opposed to having a restaurant? Seems rather,
When this original zoning request came forward, the proposal was to develop a convenience store on the corner, a bank to the south, and both of those are underway. In fact, the bank is open. Behind the convenience store to the east would be a car wash, and then adjacent to that was going to be elderly housing. Well, the car wash proposal went away, and the applicant was proposing to use a portion of that area for a restaurant, which the Planning Commission and the staff felt that that was really not an appropriate use, a location for a restaurant. But what we did talk about was allowing that north area where the housing is going to be developed to be a mixed use of office on the main level and housing up above. So the recommendation by the Planning Commission was not to allow the restaurant, but to allow the office and the additional housing units. And so now the applicant has come forward with a revised site plan that would provide for that change, but we haven't been able to review that with the Planning Commission, and I think there's interest in letting the Planning Commission review that change.
this sounds like it's the planning commission and some of the staff, their personal preference was not for a restaurant.
No, I
mean,
I wouldn't say it was a personal preference. I'm sorry?
I mean, is there any real good reason? I mean,
Yeah, this is a neighborhood area, and the car wash was going to be developed as a somewhat of a buffer between the multifamily housing and the convenience store. The restaurant was never proposed during the neighborhood meetings or when we looked at changing this to commercial zoning.
so just one final comment, because to me, having a restaurant would have been a lot better than having a car wash.
Well, I think the plan that we're proposing now is the best of all the options, but
We got a motion by Jamison, seconded by Costello, to refer this back to the Planning Commission, which meets tomorrow evening. Further discussion on that motion to refer? If not, all in favor of that motion will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 25 has been referred to the Planning Commission, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 26.
Item 26 is a first reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota conveying Tract 1 Cogley addition to the City of Sioux Falls.
Good evening, Chad Heavey, Office of Public Works, Engineering Department. This ordinance conveys Tract 1 of the Cogley addition to the South Afton Avenue LLC. The tract of land is just south of the new Harrisburg Explorer Elementary School and runs from 82nd Street down to 85th Street. It is adjacent to residential lots that front on the South Afton Avenue. The tract is a result of a survey error when it was originally platted. It's approximately 20 feet wide by 1,100 feet long and comprises under a half an acre. The land was donated to the city in 2005 in conjunction with the right-of-way that was needed for the construction of the 82nd Street project. The South Afton Avenue LLC is comprised of homeowners that live on South Afton Avenue, and that parcel of ground is to the west of their properties. Dakota Appraisal Service appraised the property in July of 2006 at $9,300. Sealed bids were received on November 2nd, 2006. The only bid received was from the South Afton Avenue LLC in the amount of $18,601. The Engineering Department recommends approval of this ordinance.
Questions of Chad on item number 26. Let's go to 27.
Item 27 is a first reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota approving the release of a permanent utility easement.
This easement is located approximately 1 mile east of I-229 on Rice Street, southeast of the Valley View Mobile Home Community. In April of 2006, a permanent easement was obtained from the Sweetman Partnership to sewer the Canterbury Heights addition, which is located on the east side of Dubuque Avenue, just north of Madison Street. The intent was to run a sanitary sewer line through the Cactus Heights addition to serve this development. Sanitary sewer service was obtained for the addition by other means, and Sweetman Partnership has requested that the easement be released. The Engineering Department recommends approval of this ordinance.
Questions, Chad, on 27. 28.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
I need to excuse myself from item 28 and voting on the date of these hearings.
Oh, on 28, okay. It'll be noted that Councilmember Brown will be excused from 28. Go ahead.
Item 28 is a first reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota approving the release of permanent sanitary sewer easement. Council should know that Public Works requested earlier to defer the second reading of this item to Monday, March 12, 2007 at 7 o'clock p.m. If Council chooses to do this, it will require a separate motion, second, and vote from the other three.
This easement is located on property that's located on West 10th Street between Westport Avenue and Kiwanis Avenue. The property is owned by SDN Communications and houses their office building and the Safariland Pet Center. The easement was obtained to facilitate sanitary sewer service to properties south and to the west of there. At the time the easement was obtained, the lot was vacant. However, sometime in the past, a building was built over the existing sanitary sewer line. As part of the Basin 13 sanitary sewer project, a new sanitary sewer line will be installed along the west property line, allowing the existing pipe to be abandoned and the easement to be released. This is a great opportunity to eliminate a potential maintenance issue in the future, and the Engineering Department recommends approval of this ordinance.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Chad, I was wondering, why was a building built over this easement? Did you? Sorry about that. Yeah, I was wondering, Chad, why was a building built over this easement? Did the Public Works Department give permission to do that, or exactly what?
I don't know exactly when it happened or the circumstances around that, but we would not have given approval for this. It happened. I can't explain how it happened or when it happened.
Is there a way you could kind of look into that?
Oh, absolutely.
an issue at the zoo.
And we
several
do run
years
into
ago.
situations like this, you know, maybe every couple of years where we have an issue like this, that something's happened in the past, and when we get to those points, we usually just try to come up with a way to correct the potential future issues.
And one final question. You wanted to have the second reading in March sometime? Just curious why.
The Basin Sanitary Sewer, the Basin 13 project is currently ongoing. We don't know exactly when that line will be taken out of service and the new line put in service. With weather conditions during the winter, if we had a heavy snowfall, work could be delayed. So we just want to make sure that when we release that easement that we have, that line is no longer used for the city's sewer service.
Okay, Bob.
I assume there's a dedicated easement on the west side of that property line?
Yes, we have obtained another easement.
Further questions on 28? If not, we could take item 28 and set the hearing date for January 8th for item 28, and then Vernon could come back for the other ones if that's
So moved.
okay. So moved. Costello moved to approve item 28. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments? Not all in favor of item 28 to set the hearing date for January 8th?
No, the March 12th.
I mean, no, oh, March 12th, okay, March
March
12th. We'll vote yes, those opposed vote no, excuse me.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
5 yes and 3 excused, so that hearing date has been set for March 12th. Item 29.
Item 29 is a first reading, an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, approving the partial release of permanent utility easement.
This easement is associated with the East Side Sanitary Sewer Project. It's located north of 69th Street, approximately 1/2 mile east of Highway 11. A permanent easement was obtained in January of 2005 for access to the construction site. The easement does not contain any pipe. It was used strictly for access. The property is owned by Gerald Johnson. At his request, we have obtained a temporary access easement to replace the permanent easement. The temporary access easement will expire upon development of the land. Engineering is comfortable with the access agreement, and the sanitary sewer, will maintain access to the pipe and recommends approval of this ordinance.
Questions of Chad on item 29? If not, is there a motion to set the hearing date for January 8th for items 26, 27, and 29?
So moved, Litz.
Let's move. Is there a second?
Second,
Costello, seconded. Set the hearing date for items 26, 27, 29 for January 8th. All in favor of that motion, we'll vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
All members present have voted 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 26, 27, 29, the hearing date has been set for January 8th. Item 30.
Item 30 is deferred action, a resolution approving the special assessment roll for construction of grading, gravel, curb and gutter, sidewalk, storm sewer, asphalt surfacing, driveway approaches, water main and water services, sanitary sewer and sanitary sewer services, and streetlights on East Robert Drive from North Cliff Avenue to approximately 1,400 feet east.
Good evening, Mark Cotter with the Office of Public Works. This is a previously deferred item. This is a roadway assessment for the construction of Robert Drive. As shown on the map, it's just north of I-90 and immediately east of Cliff Avenue. 7 parcels will be assessed for this Collector Street improvement. However, one of the property owners has recently submitted a letter to Public Works and as well to City Council. And to facilitate those concerns, we met with Dwayne Spader. He's also here tonight. And just since additional information came to us at that Thursday meeting last week, Public Works would like to request additional time to respond to his concerns accordingly, and then bring that back to land use, and then further bring that back to council action. And we recommend that we defer this item for city action until February 5th.
So moved, Costello.
Costello moved to defer to February 5th. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's second it. Further comments on that motion to defer item 30 to February 5th? I see no further Discussion, all in favor of that motion to defer, will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 30 has been deferred to February 5th, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 31.
Item 31 is deferred action preliminary subdivision plan, Whispering Woods addition to the city of Sioux Falls, Minnehaha County, South Dakota, 57th Street and Bonson Avenue. The Planning Commission recommends approval with stipulations.
This property is the same property that was approved under item 18 for the rezoning. It's approximately 190 acres in size, and is proposed for future residential development primarily. And this subdivision plan shows the proposed layout of streets and lots, and it does, as Councilmember Jamison asked, show that the first phases would start on the east side and work towards the west side. This does meet all the engineering requirements. We do have a number of stipulations that are added to this so that we are aware and the developer is aware as far as future utilities and other improvements that will be required. And with those stipulations, we are recommending approval tonight of this subdivision plan.
Questions of Mike on item number 31? Others that wish to address the council on item number 31? Kermit.
Yeah, I do have some questions here. One of the stipulations is to provide for a mix of housing types in all new residential growth areas. Can you say something about that, Mike? Why are we requiring that?
Okay, where are you seeing that?
Let's see, that's number two. Well, maybe, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's under
I'm
the
sorry
staff
about
report.
that.
Yep.
Sorry about
yeah,
that.
that's just a
I'm
staff comment.
Yeah. I'm looking for the stipulations. Well, I guess I'll...
Okay. Other
If you
questions?
think of it later on, let me know, and I'll...
Okay, I'm going to think about this really hard.
Other questions on item number 31?
Mayor?
Good.
Was there something about an amendment, number 3, to this item? We had a note here that there was something adding verbiage to section 3.
I'm not aware of that. Oh, there is? Okay, why don't you come up and explain that? That's news to me.
Jan Meilenberg representing the property owners. The correction to the verbiage in item number 3, I'll just read item number 3. Southeastern Avenue must be constructed to urban lane standards through the development's southernmost access point shown as Bonson Avenue before plats are approved in preliminary plans remaining phases. The addition would be or Bonson Avenue at its northern connection to 57, either or. Our concern is that you're forcing us to move Southeastern Avenue south another quarter of a mile before we develop anything beyond Phase 1. And what we're saying is there's a possibility of Bonson Avenue being connected to 57th prior to that, and that would be our other access out to an arterial street.
Questions of Jan and Ed?
Well, I guess the question for Mike,
Talk to Shauna and Jeff about it. So it's either Bonson Avenue connecting to, or Southeastern improved to, yeah, it's confusing because Bonson curves around, the street has to be named something different, but, because we're used to Bonson being a north-south street. And Bonson curves around and connects to Southeastern. I see no reason why we should have to be able to, have to construct Southeastern Avenue down to the southern point of Bonson connecting to
Excuse me,
Southeastern.
Mike, I've got the information from Shauna. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
With the amendment? Okay.
Help us all out.
Section 3 of the resolution reads, Southeastern Avenue is programmed in the CIP but must be constructed to urban lane standards to the development's northernmost access point shown as Buckingham Street before plats are approved in Phase 1 of Whispering Woods preliminary plan. Southeastern Avenue must be constructed to urban lane standards through the development's southernmost access point. And here's one of the changes, in parentheses, shown as Bonson Avenue, end parentheses, and here's an additional amendment, or Bonson Avenue will be constructed to intersect with East 57th Street. That's the end of the amendment, before plats are approved in the preliminary plan's remaining phases. We got this later today. Does that make sense? Is that okay?
I support that amendment.
Okay.
Now that I know what it is.
Okay, does anybody else want to speak on the amendment? Okay,
Can I just ask a question? You know, in the amendment, we talk about these urban lane standards. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase before. What is that? What does that mean?
Just the urban design with curb and gutter, and rather than a rural section road.
Okay, so it's called an urban lane.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, Southeastern is a rural section gravel road.
Okay, everybody understand that motion to amend?
So we will need a motion and second to adopt the resolution.
Yeah, we'll get that, but everybody understand the motion to amend. Any other questions on the motion to amend? Okay. Others that want to talk about the motion to amend? Others want to talk about item number 31? Not, is there a motion to approve item 31?
Move for approval, Jamison.
Jamison moved. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Litz seconded. Okay, motion been made, seconded. Now everybody understands the motion to amend? Is there a motion to amend?
Move to amend as read.
Okay, Jamison moved to amend. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Let's move to second that motion to amend. Further comments on the motion to amend? Not all in favor of the motion to amend will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
That motion to amend has been approved, 6 yes and 2 excused. Now we're back to the main motion as amended. All in favor of approving item 31 as amended will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
That motion 31 has been approved as amended, 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 32.
Item 32 is deferred action, preliminary subdivision plan, Talisma addition to the city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Minnehaha County, West 26th Street, 1/4 mile west of TLS Road. The Planning Commission recommends approval with a stipulation.
This item was deferred to allow the approval of the zoning, which you have done under item 23 tonight. This is the 20-acre parcel. The development plan shows the proposed lots and streets for the church and future single-family residential development. And we are recommending approval of this with the stipulation.
Questions of Mike on item number 32? Others who wish to address the council on item number 32? Council discussion or action?
Move for approval, Costello.
Costello moved. Is there a second?
Second, Brown.
Brown seconds. Further comments? See no further comments. All in favor of approving item 32 vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present voted. Item 32 has been approved. 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 33.
Item 33 is a resolution amending the 2007-2011 capital program by adding the Opportune Land Acquisition Project.
Similar to item 13 tonight, we would like to request deferral of this to the January 16th meeting.
January 16th. Is there a motion to defer?
So moved, Litz.
Let's move. Is there a second?
Second.
Costello seconded. To defer item 33 until January 16th. All in favor of that motion of deferral will vote yes. Those opposed vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 33 has been deferred to January 16th. 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 34.
Item 34 is a resolution including certain contiguous territory within the corporate limits of the city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 41st Street and 6 Mile Road.
The last two items tonight are petitions by the property owners requesting annexation. This parcel is on the east side of Sioux Falls, East 41st Street, just west of 6 Mile Road, and it's approximately 130 acres in size. And what we would like to point out is when we do an annexation resolution now, we've spent more time working with the petitioner and various city staff identifying what the future needs will be for utilities and street improvements. And so what you'll see in these annexation resolutions is just statements putting everybody on notice of what the future requirements will be to provide services to these annexed areas. So I think it's a good item for both city staff and the city council as well as the landowner. And we've typically been doing these in conjunction with all the different city departments as well as the applicant. So this meets our requirements for annexation, and we're recommending approval of item 34.
Questions of Mike on item 34? Others that wish to address the council on item number 34? Council discussion or action on item 34?
Move to approve, Litz.
Litz moved. Is there a second?
Jamison.
Jamison seconded. Further comments on the motion to approve item 34? Seeing none, all in favor of item 34, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yeah.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present voted. Item 34 has been approved. 6 yes, 2 excused. Item 35.
Item 35 is a resolution including certain contiguous territory within the corporate limits of the city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 41st Street and Faith Avenue.
This property is about 14 acres, and it's adjacent to the previous annexation. The proposed use of this property will be for a church, which is why they're separating it from the previous item. And again, this meets our criteria for annexation, and we're recommending approval.
Questions of Mike on item 35? Others that wish to address the council on item 35? Council discussion or action on item 35?
Move for approval, Jamison.
Jamison moved. Is there a second?
Second, Litz.
Litz seconded. Further comments? Seeing no further comments, all in favor of approving item 35, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
All members present have voted. Item 35 has been approved. 6 yes, 2 excused. At this point, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Jamison moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Somebody want a second?
Second.
Okay, Benega second. Okay, all in favor of the motion to adjourn will vote yes. Those opposed will vote no.
Councilmembers Jamison?
Yes.
Litz?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Benega?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Costello?
Yes.
We stand adjourned.